Sorry. Got my other two dogs here underneath the porch. I need to get that fixed too. Because they're stinker butts. We put a sprinkler system in our front and backyard. And all of a sudden, like, this big, huge hole of water started forming and developing. And so they were coming over to start measuring things. And I didn't know this. They're going to start today. That would be nice to know. Or I would have left my dogs inside, not have them go outside, because as you can tell, it's a pain in the butt to get them inside. Anyways, talking about hair. I don't know. Anyways, make this one really short. And that's just that, like, so my hair quality has decreased drastically since I've used all kinds of products. I use products without, like, the paraffin stuff in it, like, without the toxic stuff in it. I spend a lot of money on hair products. I oil my hair every day, and I wash it once a week to make it as, like, healthy as possible. And blah, blah, and it's just, nothing's working. And my hair's just a complete disaster, and there's nothing, whatever. There's just nothing I can do about it, and I'm frustrated. And I want to have nice hair because I used to have really beautiful, thick hair, and it used to be so pretty. So I know the potential is there. But the problem is I went through, like, this whole, like, 20s, let's go every color under the moon thing, lots of bleaching, and so, but all that damage is gone now. It's all been cut off, and so now the damage is just from medicine and medication. And, you know, I live in Utah, so I'm not allowed to use medical marijuana, not yet. One of these days they'll approve it, and I just want the CBD oil. I don't want to smoke it. I don't want to eat it. That personally doesn't work for me. I would like the oil just to have relief and to have not as much pain. That's another thing I deal with, is because I have 4 types of arthritis. And there's ankylosing spondylitis, which is an autoimmune disorder, and that makes my joints fuse together. And I already have issues with my fingers. That this finger is really sensitive. This one. It's really sensitive. I've been popping my fingers since, like, 3rd grade. And I popped my finger one day and it felt like I broke it. And we basically come to the conclusion that my joints were fusing right there already. And so if I'm not careful, it feels like my finger's broken, and it's wonderful and it's fantastic, and it's so painful and you can't do anything. It's very aggravating. Anyways, so then so that's one, ankylosing spondylitis, then rheumatoid osteo, and then there's a 4th one, but I can't remember what. Maybe it's just 3. Maybe it's just 3. No, degenerative arthritis, my back. Yep, there's 4. I'm like, I know there's 4. Anyways. So back to the whole MS thing. If you have MS, I'm sorry, and it sucks. And the thing with MS, it's such a snowflake disease where it's literally different for everybody. I know some people that can run marathons and they still can live their normal life. And then I met a gentleman at a care center my father was staying at for a while, and he was in his 40s, and he couldn't speak very well. He couldn't think very well. He was still there mentally, but he couldn't move. You know, he was in a wheelchair and was completely debilitated. And that was a big wake-up call for me. Like, wow, this is, like, I knew it was real. Sorry, my back scratches. I knew this was real, but I didn't realize, like, how real it was. You know, it didn't, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. It just was like, holy cow, like, this could be me. But then it could not be me. You know, I had one of my cousins, her friend has MS, or she knows somebody who has MS. And, like, well, they still do normal daily things and they don't have problems. Like, well, that's freaking nice. I have problems because I have more than just MS. I have all these other things that are really frustrating and are very real, and I have to deal with, you know, on top of MS. If I wish I just had just MS, that'd be wonderful. If I could have just that. Not saying that if you have just that, not saying that it's not real, not legitimate at all. I'm just saying I would like to have just that. So, anyways, but I'm on these groups and people just whine and complain, and it's good that the groups are there for venting and whining, complaining, but it's the whole victim thing. That's what I have an issue with, is people are so victim-y. And it's like, why? It's not necessary. It's so completely unnecessary. We don't need to be victims. Victim of what? In this day and age, we have like modern medicine. You know, I love the fact that, yes, I have MS and all these other different things, but I have a doctor I can go to. I have medication I can take. If I didn't have what I'd have, I literally couldn't move. I would be in so much pain with my ankylosing. That's so painful. Like, if I don't have my medication, I don't know how I do. I really don't. Like, I honestly don't know how I do. I would just be in bed crying all day. That's all I could think of. You know? So yes, you know, it's okay to vent and whine and complain, but knock it off with your victim stuff. It's not necessary. You know? Instead of looking at all the negative stuff, try and focus on something positive. It's not bad to cry. It's not bad to be frustrated. That's allowed. I do it all the time. You know, I used to never cry. Now I cry all the time over everything. My MS has completely taken over my emotions, so I've become a really emotional person. My mom, she's an emotional person, and I used to make fun of her, and now I cry over the same dumb things that she cries over, and it's aggravating as all get out. But it is what it is. You know? Anyways. So basically what I wanted to do today, if you can like sort through all my mumbling and jumbling, it'll be okay. Big deal big deal if you lose your legs. Big deal if your hand shakes. Big deal if you feel drunk or high. You'll be a really cheap date. I mean, it's cut down my alcohol consumption, which I didn't really drink that much anyways, but now it's like I don't need to get drunk or have a drink to have a buzz. My body does it naturally for me. Isn't that nice? My brain's so nice. It just makes me naturally feel like I have something crawling on my back. And it's kind of freaking me out. But like, is my body like, oh, is that what it, no, it's not. Is my body so nice? Like, it's like, oh, let's just make you feel like you're drunk today. Anyways. Lost my train of thought. Give me a second. Give me a second. It's coming. No, it's not. Nope. It's gone. Oh, lesions. Let me tell you what they are. So lesions are like spots on your brain. And what it is, what MS does is imagine like an electric cord. And that's what people have a hard time understanding what it is. People make me laugh. Oh, you can cure MS with food and diet. No. You can cure weight. You can, I mean, it's good to eat healthy. Like, I eat healthy. And I exercise. I'm not a CrossFit person, but I do the best I can with what I have. And because it's literally a neurological disorder. So I'm going to show you. This is a light I ordered for my office. I'm going to put above there. Hopefully it works. Okay, so here's wires, right? So your neurological wiring is this stuff, right? The myelin is this white covering. So what MS does is it attacks the myelin, which is the white stuff. And so it makes it brittle and break, and then basically is causing shorts in your brain. And that's why you lose train of thoughts, or you forget things, or you stumble on things, or why your legs stop working. It's not because you're out of shape. It's not because you're not exercising. It's none of that. It's because the wires to make you walk are literally damaged. And that can be fixed. It's impossible. You You know, like I have seizures when I'm stressed out. Luckily, they're at night. I haven't had anything during the day. And, you know, that if I just don't stress out or have people around me that are toxic that stress me out, then I don't have seizures. But that doesn't change the myelin attack being attacked. You know, I don't know how that was connected. It made sense in my mind, and then I verbalized it. Now it made absolutely no freaking sense. None. Oh well. I probably shouldn't do on that. I don't know. Anyways, so that's one thing. That's a big, huge myth I would like to freaking kick in the butt. And, you know, and I know some people that will totally come up against my face and argue with me, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. But what I'm trying to say, though, is in general, that does not work. Just because you eat healthy and you exercise doesn't mean that your MS is cured. What that means is you're going to lose weight and you are going to feel better outside of the MS, right? Like, I want to lose weight because I know in 3 years I can't use my legs, and it's easier to transfer a skinnier person than a heavy person. And it's easier for me to transfer myself from one thing to one thing and be more stay somewhat independent, so I don't have to rely on a carer. But at the same time, though, I have no control over that. You know, I might not be able to use my arms. Like, my left arm is dumb consistently, and so it might not be able to use. Like, I have no idea what's gonna happen. It's just gonna be it's gonna be what it is. What it is. There's no point in not trying to make your situation better, though. Anyways, that's a big, huge thing I want to get cleared up is, yes, food, like good food and diet and exercise is good outside of MS. It doesn't cure it. It can help with some of the symptoms, but it doesn't make it go away. And that's a huge myth. I remember I told somebody about my legs, and I don't really share a lot with people. Now I am. But they're like, oh, well, just diet and exercise. That's freaking nothing to do with it. Oh my gosh, how ignorant of a statement. It's like, if you don't know about something, don't just assume. Just don't say asinine things. You know, and like I have a disability tag on my truck. And when I need it, I use it and I get all kinds of looks. But when I don't need it, I go park at the end of the parking lot and I walk. I have no problem with walking. I like walking. I like exercising. I like doing things. I just can't always do it. Especially in the summer because it's so hot and I'm so sensitive to heat now. So if it's really, really hot outside, I'm probably not going to be walking across the parking lot. And you want to judge me? That's okay. That's your deal, not mine. You know? Anyways, I'll let you guys go. But I hope you guys pulled something out of this. And I hope that we start educating ourselves. Because it takes one person at a time to start educating ourselves. As an example, just kind of a dumb example, a while ago, I don't remember how long ago, I accidentally killed a bee. And right now, bumblebees are literally they're on the endangered list. And so I was like really traumatized. I was really sad. Like, I thought it was a wasp and I felt so bad. I was like, crap, that was a bee. And everyone's like, it's not a big deal, don't worry, it's just one. I'm like, I know, but if everybody in the world kills one, just one, then I'll be gone. You know? And so same thing with educating yourself. If one person educates himself and the next person educates himself, the world can be educated and we pass on information. You know, social media has a lot of really terrible things connected to it, but at the same time, though, we have it for a reason, and it can have a lot of really amazing things, as it can have really good impact if we allow it to, and if we actually listen and support those who are trying to get information out and get correct information out and break through fake news. Anyways, so with that, I'm asking you please share my videos, you know, comment, and if you want to be mean, that's fine. That's your deal. If you want to be if you want to be part of the issue, not issue, be part of the solution. If you want to be part of the solution, join me. Do it. I would love it. Anyways, I hope you have a great day. And I love you all, and I can't wait to get to know everybody on here. And let's go kick some butt. Bye.